We are in no doubt that from 2024 onwards, the EFF will constitute the government of South Africa and will play a central role in the governance of the province of Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Limpopo, Northwest, Mpumalanga, and all over South Africa. When we started 10 years ago, we said that additional to be a revolutionary organization that associates itself with the protest movement, we are a government in waiting. Since our formation 10 years ago, we as the EFF have been at the center of South Africa's political discourse and politics in general. We brought to the mainstream political discourse the centrality of the neglected land question. We have initiated and gave impetus and energy to Parliament as an institution that oversees the executive and make laws. No one knew that Parliament had a channel on TV until the EFF arrived in Parliament and people started following Parliament. When the youth of South Africa had given up and were no longer interested in politics, the arrival of the EFF revived the political activism of young people in the township, in the villages, and more particularly in the institutions of higher learning. The youth of South Africa are now rejecting the old and are receiving the new. The people of South Africa will in 2024 be liberated, and they themselves will liberate themselves from 30 years of mediocrity. I've put this morning on Twitter a picture of Gwede Mantashe, and that's how South Africa looks like now. It looks exactly like Gwede Mantashe. The people of South Africa will be liberating themselves from 30 years of economic and social exclusion, 30 years of joblessness and the highest levels of unemployment, 30 years of poverty and hunger, 30 years of landlessness and homelessness, 30 years of crime and high levels of gender-based violence, 30 years of dysfunctional municipalities and poor service delivery, 30 years of inequality and the economy that is not growing. Comrades, here in Gauteng was sitting on top of a disaster, because this province with so much potential, for 30 years it was misgoverned. There's nothing that the people of Alexander can proudly stand and say, this is what we got from a democratic government. The people of Alexander for 30 years have been observing and witnessing on a daily basis contact crimes, sexual offenses, rape, assault, harm, common assault, arson, and malicious damage to property, with Alexander Police Station being always in the top 10 of areas that high crime is committed. Comrades, the youth of Diepsloot will have themselves to blame if they don't stand up in 2024, because the youth, all of them combined in Diepsloot, 75% of them are unemployed. And they are the ones who feel this pain, and that unemployment and poverty to them is not theory, it's a daily lived experience. And therefore, 2024 gives them an opportunity to go and vote for jobs. How can you have the youth of Diepsloot, all of them, unemployed? Because when you say 75% of the youth of Diepsloot is unemployed, you effectively saying all of the youth in Diepsloot is not working. And it is the youth of Diepsloot that must stand up to go and register and vote for the EFF in 2024.